Well, it will give you a default route, which is basically the route, but you haven't got a proper departure.
So I've got Zeus, Yankee 329, ZFP, AR24,
Oh, okay,
DIW,
yeah.
J174,
Where'd you get that?
Sinbrief.
What, and it just gave you that?
Yeah.
I must have been playing dickheads with me yesterday then, because it didn't. I had to get that first bit up to Delta India Whiskey. I had to figure that out myself. Just give it some shit route. Calling for fuel.
Copy.
Didn't take long to get here. See if it's going to try and turn itself inside itself today. Nope, it's happy. It's also got the A-Cars initialization, but you don't need to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like in the 7.4, they make you do it. You can't actually get a flight plan otherwise, can you?
No, exactly.
They don't make you do it in it. I'm going to go off 08.
Yeah, Pal.
Got the arrival plan for 2.4 as well. Don't know if there's an ILS or if
Copy.
I think it's an RNAV. Yeah, I'm going to take it. So I'm taking the RNAV Zulu for a start.
Yep.
And then the star is the Omvar 1. And that's via Gubid on the left. And then on the right you want Bodpo. I love it when you've got so many things to click for one arrival.
Yeah, so say that again. So what we're taking, runway 6, yeah?
No, for arrival I got 2.4.
Okay, so 2-4, you taking...
RNAV Zulu.
RDF Zulu. Yep.
And it's on the left you'll want Omvar 1. And then on the left again you want Gubid.
Yep.
And on the right you want Bodpo.
Bloody Americans like to make things...
Well, these aren't Americans, but yeah, Canadian Americans, they're all the same.
Yeah. Well, you can kind of put the French blame on the Canada side.
Yeah.
I always say that for a joke. I'll be like, "You fucking French, you go and rude the Canadians. They're supposed to be nice people."
Refueling complete. That was quick. That was quick for 13 ton. Oh. Well. Requesting cuttering. Catering and boarding requested. Let's go with my performance data. It's hot here, mate, isn't it? 26 degrees.
Yeah.
Right, what are we going? Wet standing water or just wet? How heavy is the rain? It's just showers, so I'm just going to go with wet.
It's light rain, yeah. Are you getting your performance set?
Yeah. Or what you can do, if you click on the keyboard and then click EXT keyboard, you use your actual keyboard.
Alright, okay.
Oh, you can put a performance request in. What does that do?
I think that will, I think it's like kind of company send out with the takeoff rates and stuff. All the other Boeings have it as well.
Oh, okay. Trying to see what it's changed. Oh, it's changed reserves and shit now. Forget that, I'll just do my own thing. One thing I do find funny is it's the same in the quality wings. The EFB never matches the recommendations. Well, hardly ever matches the recommendations that are set in the FMC, but it's because I think the EFB takes into account obstacles and stuff.
Yeah, I think who was it saying? I think it was Captain Joe in one of his videos saying that you know the EFBs they you know they account for other factors that the FMC doesn't.
Yeah, so you should always.
Yeah.
Cool. That's what I've done. Because it's weird, the EFB speeds are the V2 and the VR was slower, but the oh no, they're all slower speeds than what the FMC was recommended. I've gone with takeoff flaps 15, takeoff power. It's given me a D rate to 46, 127, 146.
Oh, curious. I'm flaps 5. I've got 1,
Uh,
3.
triples, 737s. No airline in the world does a flaps 5 takeoff.
You
Minimum,
sure?
yeah, minimum's flaps 10. This got brought up on my stream a while ago, and there is no airline that does a flaps 5 takeoff. It's too little.
Flaps Flight Sim was his. What's the channel called? Flight Deck to Sim. He's a 737 seasonal. He's always forever using flaps 5 departure.
Mm. I got told that no airline does, and I couldn't find. I tried looking it up to see, and all I could find was people saying flaps 10 minimum.
Even Russell Knoll from EasyJet and
Yeah.
TUI. I remember him saying you can use flaps 5 because it's all you know, it's like he says there's no standard specific profile. It's all
That's what I
down to
thought, but then I got.
factors of
That's what I
because
thought. People kept on telling me I'm wrong.
because what he says, what you tend to use, you use the light, you know, the lesser flaps for like when you got to do a high quick climb, because obviously where the aircraft's not so draggy, it will pick up speed easier. More speed means, you know, more lifts, quicker rate of climb. Whereas if you don't have such big obstacles, but you've got a short runway, obviously then using more flaps is ideal because obviously you can get off the ground easier, but you're not having to worry so much about terrain to climb over.
What if you just set optimum? What does it do then? Chooses what's best.
Yeah, I think it will
Oh,
just choose what's
which
best.
is telling me flaps 5 is best. Okay, fuck it. I'm ignoring what people have told me and going with that then.
May I ask, is that someone from BAV?
No.
Okay.
Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other passengers to find their seats as well. If you are seated in an
See, this is the little
emergency
thing
exit row,
sometimes.
please
It's
leave
like
the
everyone has
responsibility
different
to the security card in
information,
the seat back in front of you. Please make sure you are willing and able to
but
perform
you
the
know
actions
it's hard to
required.
choose
If you are
because
not able
you
or
know
prefer
someone
not
might
to
pick it
perform
up
these
from one
actions,
pilot
please let a
flight
flight
for one
attendant know.
particular airline, someone else picked it up from another
Now's the
pilot who
time to
flew,
get out
and
any
there isn't
last
such
minute
thing as a
text
wrong
messages
answer.
you need to,
Everyone
but
just
we
does
ask
things
that once you
differently.
depart from the gate, you put away any laptops or tablets. Thank you and welcome aboard.
Why can't I send this input? Why can't I send this? Oh, hang on.
What are you trying to send?
I should be able to send this to my FMC because obviously the trim's different on the EFB as well. What do you go with, EFB trim?
I tend to, yes. Or otherwise, what I tend to do is that I'll, you know, when you go to put the CAG in, and you can double click it, and it will give you it all.
Yeah, that's it. They don't agree.
Probably use your PMDG because obviously that's where the aircraft's loaded. It'll give you the figure to how the aircraft's loaded.
Hang on, what are we talking? I'm using the EFB, and the EFB is giving me a different trim setting to what the FMC is giving me.
Yeah. So what I would do then is that in that terms, I'll just use the FMC one.
Oh no, no, it's not. Ignore me. I hadn't changed the flaps in the FMC because I've now changed the flaps in the FMC to 5. It's now giving me the right one. But obviously the
Okay.
speed's still way out.
Have you noticed as well? You know when you go to the menu, the FS actions, and you go to ground services,
Yeah.
and you can go from past page 1 and then it's got like kind of a setup menu like you do in the FA. So you can request the maintenance van, the fuel truck.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it out yet. I only noticed that last night. I was just going through all the random menus.
Oh yeah.
But I think that works independently of GSX.
Yeah, it is, and it's all about timings for turnaround as well. I'm just switching to APU power. I'll be ready to go in a couple of minutes.
Sure.
Doors are shut. What you got as a D rate to let?
So I'm deflex of 70 degrees. My performance is standby. Is V1's 131, VR's 138, V2's 142.
Oh, what's your takeoff weight going to be?
Takeoff rate is going to be 62 point.
Oh, are you flying empty?
No, I've got I think 87 packs.
Oh, okay. I've got a much heavier aeroplane. My takeoff weight is 70 and a half. So mine's 131, 147, 150. D rate. I've still got a D rate of 50 though, which is good. Right. Now to save on distraction, I turn both
You're ready to
EFBs
go
off.
when you are.
Is this a pushback or is this a turnaround? Oh, it's pushback, isn't it?
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
We're going to
and
want
welcome aboard
nose
flight
left.
295 with service to Quebec. Our flight time will be roughly 3 hours 54 minutes. Please note the
If you want to get
cabin doors
pushed,
now
mate, I'm
closed.
still doing a
We
few
ask
couple
that
of
you make
things
sure
with
that
my
all
other
devices
program.
are in airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut down and stowed. If
Yeah,
you
I
have
can
not
start.
already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it is low and tight across your lap. Your turntable and seatback must be in the full upright and locked position for departure. Cabin crew secure doors for departure.
For your personalization, landing altitudes, landing airport elevations 240.
Sorry, mate, you cut out. Is it 240 landing?
244, yes, I've set 250.
Yeah, I set 250 nearest one and 350 for the. What are you cruising at? A bit higher, I suspect.
39.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, I was going to say, if you're that light. You already pushed yet?
He's just connecting for me.
Roger, I'm going to start my procedure then. You nose. Oh, you're going to push into me actually. Oh, you hold your push while I push.
Be nose left push, won't it, to head to 08?
Yeah, which means you'll be right behind me, so I can't push. So if I push first, I'll go further back when I
Yeah, sure.
requesting the push net.
Hello, Captain. We're ready for pushback.
It's a shame you haven't joined TUI because you could log this. And they transfer all your hours, so you keep your rank from Jet VA.
Yeah.
Locking gear.
Just getting hooked up. I like that they've made the bright and dim switch actually work nicely. Like I can put it on dim for my pushback, and then I'll turn it off for departure, and then put it back on either dim or bright when I'm all the way up.
No, exactly.
Departure check completed.
Starting
Bypass
push.
pin inserted. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your complete attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate the safety features of our aircraft. You will notice a light illuminated above your seat. When this light is illuminated, please fasten your seatbelt low and tight across your lap. To fasten, insert the metal fittings into one another and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle.
It's weird, I didn't notice this one. Oh, I didn't push back. It's like a bit of a joggy pushback. A bit like it used to be.
like 777.
Oh no, I know what it is. No, the 777
Oh, the
doesn't do it
shaking.
anymore. The shaking, it's because I've turned on all the ground effects now, because they're quite cool. Like the ground shaking and the turbulence shaking and stuff, I've turned it all on.
See, I still get that in the 777 because I've still got all the ground shaking switched on still.
Ground I didn't know there was a thing in the 777 for ground shaking. There isn't the 74. I'll have to have a look next time
I'm
then.
fairly certain it is in the 777 as well.
Oh, okay.
Secure your mask first and then assist others. Leave your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it.
Left started, starting right. You can push back. You shouldn't push back into me. Might be a bit close.
When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle at the front. Hold the straps tight. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft.
Do you want me to hold fire just in case?
No, mate, go for it. Go for it. It's fine. Where's the windscreen wipers?
Unlocking gear.
Where are you? Oh, there. Intermittent.
Once again, all devices must be in airplane mode and your larger devices must be turned off and stowed at this time.
Okay, we're
Securely
engine
stow your
power
personal
only.
items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is prohibited by law. All of this information can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you. Please read it and let a cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you
Left
for
is
flying
clear.
with us again, and we hope
Right
you
is
enjoy
clear.
your flight. We're ready for departure.
Yeah, you should be alright. Oh, that's cool. My lights are reflecting off your aircraft.
Oh yeah, no.
Control check's done. I'm ready for taxi behind you. Oh, it's a backtracking at this runway, actually. Oh my god. See that lightning?
No, I missed that.
Ah. Yeah, this is a backtrack runway, is it not?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's cool. I see your flaps going.
That's awesome. Just waiting for him now to.
Yeah, no worries. They've done the windscreen wipers just like they have on the other aircraft, where it actually clears the windscreen.
Oh yeah.
It's probably better that you go first anyway, because you won't need to descend through me, whereas I'll stop my descent and you'll continue yours, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm expecting
Taxing.
it to be a bit of a bumpy ride up.
Yeah.
Mike, Uniform Charlie, Charlie L. Port, Sunwings 295 Alpha, taxiing to runway 08 via Alpha, backtracking.
Just in case there's one American up late at night who wants to fly.
KO Coco traffic, Sunwings 295 taxiing hold, runway 08. Oh, and I like the fact they've fixed it that you don't need to keep an amazing amount of engine power on to continue to roll. Because the NGX, I found that it'd slow itself right down, you'd need more power again.
For departure and landing. If you require additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you.
Well, it
I don't know. I don't
did
feel like
for-
I'm putting any more power than I used to have to.
No, I'm saying you have to put less. To get rolling, you get rolling, then you can idle the power. You don't have to keep power on like you did in the NGX. I found in the NGX you had to keep a bit of power on to keep going.
I found you still have to do the same with this. I had to yesterday. Keep a little bit of power on to keep it maintaining.
No, mine's happily taxiing on idle at about 9 knots. I got it to about 10 and then I've idled and it's fine. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to hold because it is just a backtrack, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just seeing you just put your landing lights on.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Did you see that? Yeah.
Yeah. And your strobes, I can see your strobes are on now. Where's the hold line? Oh, it's all the way
I'm
up
just
forward.
taxing past it
Oh,
now.
right, it's all the way there. Jesus. Okay, I'll carry on. I'm going to put my strobes on so that I'm visible.
Yeah, copy.
It's really sensitive nose wheel, like the first bit of
Yeah.
movement.
Yeah.
I think that could be dulled down a bit.
I think there might be two kind of axis controlling it as well for me, because it feels like sometimes when I put a little bit in, I get a lot of movement. Then when I put a lot of movement in, it kind of smooths itself out.
Yeah, that's what I wonder, if it's a curve or something. I'll have to have a look. Right, I'm holding for you, mate. Do you use the toggle button or do you still use the touch zone on the little bolt?
I've got a button assigned to it via FXGI PC actually.
Oh, you know there's a default button in the sim that will work for every aircraft though. That's what I use.
Oh really? Oh no, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, Control Shift G.
Oh, that's what it's set in the PMDGs anyway.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's the default for the Sims toggle button. So, in the actual sim. So that's what I've set your FSU IPC, a button to control shift G.
Ah, fair one.
Got your wing lights on, mate? Hope so.
Certainly do here.
Oh, she does look nice. Yeah, my landing yesterday as well, I got the 10 feet call out and I got a sort of a sim pause for a second. So I'll see if that happens again. If it does, I'm going to reduce the call outs. Because that didn't help, because it paused and then I instantly touched down as soon as it unpaused. It caused an issue. So the only climb restriction I've got on the departure is 2,000 feet before the left turn.
Yeah, correct. Airborne.
Coco traffic, some wings, 295, backtrack 08, line up. Found the throttles are a lot more responsive. You know, in the NGX, if you watch the throttles, they wouldn't move the same speed you actually tell them to.
Yeah.
Whereas this thing, it's like they're actually your throttles.
Not so bumpy on departure just yet.
Yeah, not yet. Wait till you start passing through the cloud.
Yeah, I'm just entering it now.
Yeah, I'm interested. I'm gonna look at the 777 after this flight and see if I've got the runway bumps and all that, because I
I
haven't.
could fairly certain I do have it in the 777. It doesn't have the you know, the bumping around in the air.
Okay. I don't know. Has it got the option for it, or is it just something that it does? I think naturally it does behave a bit like that, like the FS
Yeah.
Labs does.
Yeah, I believe it's natural. But
Okay, yeah, I don't think it's an option, because there's an option in the 7.4 and there's an option in this, which I've both
Yeah.
got turned on now. But I think in the 777 maybe it's got a certain amount that's natural, yeah.
I've done the left turn now. I'm outbound north towards Bambi.
Roger. I forgot in the 7.3 as well, you have to manually tune the ILSs. Manually tune the ILS, and then you don't press approach, do you? You press VOR lock and then approach.
Yeah, because the VRR locks the localizer button, isn't it?
Yeah, because if you press approach, it goes into FAC. I don't know what that is. It goes into
No, I'm not-
FAC in glide slope, so I don't know. But that might have been because I just didn't tune the glide slope. I didn't tune the ILS in properly, because I forgot. There's a nice turnaround point at the end here, yeah, on the right.
Yeah, on the right hand side.
At least all the lightning I'm seeing is over, not the direction we're going.
Yeah, I've got. You see a bit of red facing down towards the runway, but you turn left before it.
Right, okay.
And when you approach Banbury, there's a bit of green, a tiny little bit of amber.
Okay. Did you take off with your weather radar on, did you?
I did, yes.
Okay. See, I don't know, our TUI's company procedure says we're not allowed, but I don't know if that's just out of date, because surely weather radars now have a ground function that doesn't let them kill anyone.
Well, the thing is, I was watching.
Where's the turnaround point, mate? Is it right at the
Should
end?
be right at the end on the right hand side, mate, just before the light.
Oh, I'm at the turnaround point, but there's bloody runway lights in the way though.
I didn't have that.
Just
yeah, because
where is it? Just before what? The line?
Yeah, so you get to the end and you've got the numbers, and it should just be on the right hand side, just before the lights, where you then got the you know, the yellow arrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got runway lights down the edge of it. Oh well, it's fine. I'm good.
Yeah, no, because what I was going to say was Mental Aviation was saying the other day, I was watching one of his videos, and he was saying, like, because of the the weather radar, when you're coming into land, you don't necessarily have it pointing towards the ground, because you then just see a load of red on your weather radar, because obviously it's just picking up the solid ground.
Once you get to sorry, you go on.
So what he says, when you're coming into approach, you have your radar on, but it's pointing up, because if you have to go round, obviously you want to see the weather that you could be potentially flying into. So again, you know, that's another logic, thinking to yourself, again, is it, you know, airline specific?
Rotate. B2.
Yeah, that's why sometimes I always take people's opinion with a pinch of salt, because it's like, yeah, you could have heard it from one person from one particular airline. That's the thing, everyone does, they all do it differently, don't they, to get the same outcome.
I've definitely got a bumpy departure, mate. I'm straight into turbulent. I wonder, have you got your active sky definitely set to live mode and it's not gone into custom at some point by accident?
No, it's definitely still showing live.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting some big turbulent.
Could be the case we're not set up right, are we? Maybe mine's slightly different, because remember when I done my reinstall a few weeks back, I probably haven't got the same settings as you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a bit of turb now anyway. I'm bouncing through.
I'm getting shaken quite a bit here. On the left turn. Waiting for it to pick up speed. Did you get flaps reduction before that 2000 turn?
I did, yes.
Okay, I didn't. Yeah, I wonder if our weather's set differently, because I've taken off into a little bit of a shitstorm. It's alright, once the speed gets up it'll be a bit better. It's just still low speed at the minute. It's picking it up gently. It's passing 190 knots in the turn.
Yeah, I'm just coming up to 16,000 feet now.
Cool. Go flaps to flaps 2. Go. No. Upwards trend, flaps to flaps 1, waiting for speed to pass up speed. Passed up, and flaps to up. That should set my speed to 250, should it not? I've got 230 for some reason. Is that the speed limit on this departure?
I don't remember.
No, there we go. No, it's right. As soon as they hit 0 flap, it's gone to 250. Passing 6,000. Right. Good
Just
job,
going to get a drink. Sorry,
good job the seatbelt signs on. What are my passengers? Oh, they're currently very satisfied. Clearly a little. It's not that bad, to be honest. It's because the aircraft is also doing its shaky thing because it's reacting to it because it's
Yeah.
part of the aircraft.
Oh, you're using FS passengers?
I'm using PAX X, which is
Same, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to have that for FS9, and I had it one time. I've gone to depart. I can't remember where, but I was in a 7.5, and I go to retract the landing gear, and then FS passengers come up, and it was like, "Yep, you've got a fault with your landing gear. It won't retract."
Oh,
And it was
no.
like, "Oh, great."
See, it won't force things like that on me, but it gives me passenger scenarios like sick patients and sick people and stuff like that.
You know, you could have all of that nonsense as well, and then you had to keep the passengers entertained mid-flight by selecting when to do the catering and to stick the movies on and stuff like that as well.
It's quite automatic. It does all that, but you hear it all going on in the background. It's automatic. Right, passing flight level 100. Landing lights can come off.
Gentlemen, we have now
Yeah, I'm passing 200.
I'm going to keep the engines to continuous ignition until I get smooth air. There we go, 330 knots it's trying to speed up to. I think I'm going to set it to 260. Okay. Get out of the shitstorm. I can't even see my route because there's too much pink in front of me. Right, 260 knots actually, yeah, that'll do. What does that put me at? As 40 above flaps up speed.
Just going to get a drink quickly, be right back.
Roger. Should start to smooth out. I can see us breaking through it on the weather radar. There we go, we're breaking through it. Right, Lightning's a bit close.
I'm back.
Cool, we got Lightning pretty close off our right side. But we're starting to break through now. Out of the turbulence and just into the shit. We're getting a nice climb on.
Yeah, passing 250. I've hopefully got rid of the choppiness now. It's smoothed out.
Oh, nice. We're just passing 180. I've set the speed to a selected 260 and done a flight level change rather than letting it speed up and then climb, especially in turbulence. I don't want it to be near maximum speed in turbulence.
Yeah. But at the same time, you want to get out of it, climb out of it quick as possible.
Well, yeah, that's why I've set 260 because then it'll use the energy it's got to climb rather than to speed up. climbing at nearly 3,000 feet a minute still, passing 200. I'm a lot lighter than you, so my climb's a lot longer than yours. Sorry, I'm a lot heavier than you. I'm what? What did you take off? 62, so I'm 8 ton heavier than you.
Yeah, but to be passing flight level 200 just now, I'm only passing 262 myself.
Yeah, yours has slowed down. Your climb rate will have slowed down. Because are you doing the profile, VNAV profile?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's not. Mine's climbing at 260 knots to get up. So I might catch up with you on the climb, but then you're going to climb higher anyway. I'm not going to catch up with you vertically, horizontally, just vertically.
Yeah.
Laterally, should I say, not horizontally, laterally. I think because the aircraft's obviously got its nice turbulent shaking effect, it makes it seem worse than it actually is. If I turned that off, it probably wouldn't be quite as rough as it is. It's a bit bumpy, but I can see out the window now that I'm braking on top of cloud, so it should smooth out a lot now. Because the weather radar is now set to -2 and it's all pink, but if I set it off auto, so it's on 0, let it cycle again, on 0, I bet you things start disappearing as I climb now. I'm in a green zone. I'll be in a red zone in 5 miles if it doesn't climb much more. But it's all disappearing and changing. Every sweep it changes now because I'm on 0, so it's seeing what's at my height rather. Yeah, and the red and the turbulence is getting further away. I mean, it doesn't say thunderstorm. There isn't a thunderstorm in the meta. Oh, there is now. It's just updated. There is now. So it must have been super close.
Yeah.
Oh well. We got out before it got there. Aircraft are designed to take a bit of turbulence.
Oh, of course they are. They're designed to take more punishment than they should, in theory, ever receive.
Yeah.
That's why it's so impressive with the 777 and how flexible the rings can flex. They can literally fold into an X shape before they're eventually.
Wow.
And you think, wow, you know,
It's a
to get to
Dreamliner
that
as well, isn't it?
I think it's on the Streamliner as well, but you think to yourself, wow, to get to that state in flight where the wings would go that far before they snap, you know, you would have to be going through some...
By then, surely you've burst fuel tanks and all sorts, if they're that far. But structurally, the wing would still hold together.
It's nuts.
Oh, it's starting to smooth out, 260. Wonder what your weather settings are then, because I'm getting... Unless mine's interpolating it different.
Do you want to go through them while we've got a
stand
chance?
by, stand by. Just dealing with something, stand by.
Sure.
That's alright, I got airspeed low warning because I'm hitting some serious chop now. Worse than it was before. So I'm gone manual throttles, full power, and set the BS to 2000.
Stand by, mate. Sorry, mate, back with you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get out of this.
Yeah, sure.
I'm trying to keep the speed up a bit now. I've disabled auto throttle. I've gone max continuous. Well, I've gone maximum power just to try and power through it a bit because it was I was hitting such heavy chop that it was putting my airspeed low, warnings and all sorts. But visually, outside, I should be clearing it now. Oh, it's just got smooth. Oh, thank God. Right. There you go, it's just smoothed off a lot more now. Passing 320. I definitely hit some kind of shit then. That was horrible. That was worse than the departure. Any second I thought, fuck, I'm going to have to either descend in because I'm just going to not be able to maintain enough speed to carry on flying. When I got that airspeed low warning, I thought, right, so I'm on a downward trend because of this turbulence. But it's alright, we're good. I don't know if the packs will be happy still. Unsatisfied. What a surprise. Right, let's do a public address, shall we? See if we can make them a humorous public address. There we go. Oh, they're neutral. Good, they weren't too unsatisfied then.
For this, I'm going to put you on for the in-flight entertainment. This sounds like a crack.
What's that?
Said I'm going to stick you on Twitch as my in-flight entertainment.
I'm good now. There's nothing, no eventfulness is going to happen now. I'm smooth at last. Cleared the weather. Yeah, we probably shouldn't take off in that kind of weather. Or should at least pick a route that doesn't fly directly into it and up into it.
What was that flight that time when I can't remember what it was, a Jet BA flight, and I was departing the FS Labs, and as I was entering the runway, started my takeoff roll, got a windshield, and it was like,
yeah.
Do I depart, do I not depart? And so I decided to reject the takeoff, and then when I got to the end of the runway, I thought, right, fuck it, I'm not going to sit and wait for it, I'm going to try it. So I've departed, getting the windshield warnings. As I climb out, I got to about 200 feet, then all of a sudden, then the windshield, bang, starts slamming me down. I've hit full power. I've left my landing gear down. I hear 100 feet call out, so I know I'm definitely sinking. Then I hear 50 feet. Then the plane then starts climbing away.
Oh, wow.
And it was like, maybe I shouldn't have done that, actually.
Problem is, if you're after V1, you get airborne.
Yeah.
Because V1's calculated off your safe remaining distance, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is I was, I wasn't even on the takeoff, or I was in the runway when I was getting the wind shear warning, so it was picking up well before the takeoff. And then I read up, and it was like, yeah, if you see that, you're not supposed to depart. And it was like, okay, I'll just do that in future.
Oh, it's lovely and smooth now.
I'm starting to get the nice purple over in the east for the sunrise.
Flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened.
Oh, not yet.
In case of unexpected turbulence.
I got Zulu time 0937.
Yeah, same with me, 0937.
Ah, but I'm using time zone fixer as well, so the local times might be slightly different. I don't know. I'm not seeing any sunrise yet, but you might be a bit ahead of me. Where have you
Not
passed?
so much. I'm not seeing so much the sunrise, but I'm starting to get the little bit of the light bluish purple.
What height are you
probably
at?
get that.
Where are you? How long ago did you pass Zeus?
I'm on my way now. I'm 101 nautical miles from Zulu Foxtrot Papa.
Okay, I'm probably about
level.
60 miles behind you then.
Flight level 380 coming past now.
Okay, cool. 350 is just not that much above the clouds. What can I go to? What's my maximum cruise right now? Optimum 368. I can go to 370. I'm going to as well, because I'd rather just be further away from the cloud. New cruise altitude set. I just don't want to be near the cloud anymore. It wasn't nice. I didn't like it very much. Right, now we're settled, we'll update all our wind data and get our descent winds put in ready. I know we're a bit far out still. I got my arrival 12:59 Zulu.
Stand by. I'm just going to update my wind data.
Because we can now, bitches.
Yeah. Where do I find the time again till touchdown?
Progress page.
Bingo, there you go. I should be 30. Hang on, no, 20, 1250.
12 what, sorry?
1250 Zulu.
Roger. Translation level 180, and then I'm going to calculate 300, 200, and 100 to give it a good descent wind read. I'm going to get some breakfast in a moment.
Yeah, copy.
What's your cruise Mac?
Decimal 797.
Ah, maybe about the same as mine then.
I made sure to go to the same cost index as yourself.
Cool.
Do you have me on your TCAS?
No, I've got mine limited to things, so I won't see you past that.
Do you want to quickly go through your settings before you go disappear for dindins?
Oh, active sky, yeah, ready?
Yeah.
General options, don't know what there is here. 5 minute downloads.
Yep.
Downloads on approach, unclicked.
Yep.
Unclicked on system tray. Vatsim online weather
Yep.
unclicked. Log files.
Yep.
I've got one. Auto load simulator flight path. I've got that ticked for when I load.
Yep.
For when I load a sim one, but I don't usually do that. Hotkeys, nothing set. Installation, nothing, default. Application data folder, default. Common data path, default. Use Navigraph data for VORs and NDVs ticked because I update the AIRAC. Radar network and HTTP set default.
Yep.
Depiction, suppress is unticked. Hurricanes is ticked.
Yep.
Cloud layers I've got set to 5.
Yep.
Max cloud turbulence is 100%.
Yep.
Max cloud icing is 100%.
Yep.
Prevent thunderstorms when CB reported, ticked, so it'll only make a thunderstorm when it reports a thunderstorm, not CB.
Yep.
Cloud draw distance 110.
100 and what, sorry?
Cloud draw distance 110 on maximum and minimum. What that actually does, that completely disregards whatever you've got set in the sim, and it uses what you've got set in active sky. Force broken to 7/8 ticked.
Yep.
Low cloud offset defaulted 0.
Yep.
Multi-layer thunderstorm clouds ticked.
Yep.
Cloud motion effects off.
Yep.
Cloud
I've got
motion.
mine on.
You got yours on, but yeah.
Preference.
I don't like it because it doesn't always work how it should. And then you go into an outside view and you see it happening, because all it actually does is create something on the cockpit view. It doesn't actually create a cloud motion effect around the aircraft.
Yeah.
Because it's just for going in and out of clouds, isn't it? And mine does that pretty well anyway. It looks alright.
Yeah.
Maximum surface wind 200 knots. Maximum wind turbulence 100%. Turbulence
So maximum surface wind. What was that? Pardon me.
200 knots. I've got it so it can report whatever surface wind is actually there.
Yeah. Sure.
Maximum wind turbulence is 100.
Yep.
Turbulence effect scale is 100%.
Yep.
Because thing is, the default's 70%, but what it's saying is 100% means it will give you the turbulence you're flying through.
Yeah.
Maximum wind shear 100%.
Yep.
Force ATC wind lock is off. Disable
Yes.
winds aloft is off.
Yep.
Interpolation and interlayering is on. Enhanced turbulence is off. Wake turbulence is off. Maximum downdraft is all the way to the right. Maximum updraft and thermal is all the way to the right. Realistic thunderstorm downdraft and updrafts is ticked. Random light chop is off. Visibility, wing fades on. Fog layer generation is on. Minimum surface visibility is 0. Maximum is 30. That's surface. Maximum upper is set to 199.
Yep.
Because if you put it at 200, it only uses one layer of visibility then.
Copy.
In-cloud visibility reduction is on. And then default for the low and high. Audio options is irrelevant. So is warnings. Was there much you had to change to match me?
A few little things, not much.
Anything to do with turbulence?
Yeah, some of them had to upscale to 100% and whatnot.
What did you have?
Some of them were like kind of set to 70, 75, the default settings.
Oh, okay. So it wouldn't have been that much better. That much worse. I don't know. Maybe that extra 25% I really felt.
Yeah.
See, I was going to do this flight last night and it would have been daytime because it was last night.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's not daytime. We should land, hopefully, in sunlight because Quebec is more easterly and it's 3
And
hours.
northerly as well.
Yeah. So local time in Quebec at the minute is 5:47 in the morning. So we've got at least 2 hours 7:47. So yeah, it should be daylight when we land.
Yeah, exactly.
What? I have to have a look at weather. What sort of temperatures are we going to be looking at? 0 degrees. So it's going to be an anti-ice arrival. Yeah.
Wouldn't expect any other thing in any other temperatures in Canada.
I know. It's why I like the Sunwings flights. It's the only place you're actually guaranteed to have cold weather.
Yeah.
Winds are 240 at 6. Dew point is -10, so definitely an anti-ice arrival, and it's partially cloudy. you going to plan for dry runway, or are you going to plan for, I don't know, dry snow, wet ice? No, I suppose it is dry. There's ice if it's rained recently. There might be ice, but how are we supposed to know that?
So hang on, somebody.
So my arrival weight is going to be 61.5, gone with dry, the winds, the temperature, the QNH, no non-normals, auto brakes 1, engine anti-ice on, air conditioning on,
What-
flaps 40.
What was SKC on a
Where are you
on a
looking?
TAF?
SKC.
Yeah, so I've got the forecast hours predicted to 3 hours from now. Well, that
Yeah.
should be 2 really. But if you then look in the TAF section, so you got 14:0538 Zulu, 1406 is obviously 0600 till 15:0600, so it's a 24-hour report. 2205 knots, 6 surface miles visibility, SK6.
Sky clear.
There you go.
TAF Dakota. I've just looked on TAF Dakota. Means sky clear. Oh, I'm not even using that much of the runway. Landing distance required 6,800. Landing distance available 9,000.
We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Premium drinks are available.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean now. I'm starting. I'm probably approaching where you were when you told me you were starting to see like the sunrisey bits. I'm starting to see it too now because we're heading north.
Yeah, I've got a lot more purple now, so it's not
Yeah.
it's not far off from.
Mine's sort of
starting to-
an orange glow that's getting more and more as I go north.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've installed with Skyforce 3D. I've installed a 10-day cycle, so no days the same.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I'll probably change my cabin altitude, or change my thing to 37,000, so it drops the cabin altitude a bit. Drops the differential a bit. Right, my arrival's now, yeah, mine's like hovering 12:58, 12:59, so what, I'm about 9 minutes behind you, yeah? What's
Yeah,
your,
I'm still showing 1250 Zulu.
nice, what's your distance to go? Mine's 1350.
1302, so I'm about 40, 50, just under 50 miles.
Surprised I'm not seeing you on my traffic. Let me point it up and see if I see you. Hang on, how do we go up? Which one's up? Oh, wait, is there a way of doing that on a 7.3?
I believe there is. Oh, maybe there isn't.
Yeah,
No,
there is.
I could have sworn there is a button somewhere.
Oh, it's getting lighter. It's getting light quite quick now because we're heading north and because we're so high. Right, breakfast time. Touching shortly.
Yeah, cool. I'll use the opportunity to quickly run to the shops and get some fag. See you in the back.
Roger.
I'm back, mate.
O'Connell.
Lover.
We might actually get to talk to someone soon. New York Centre is online. I believe we must go through New York. Probably get near it. Let's go have a look. Do we go through New York? Let me look. Where is it? It is. It's that one. Yes, we go right over JFK. Or actually, JFK is one of our points. One of our fixes. So we'll be with him for a matter of... what would that be? About 100 miles?
My.
But we're not with him for quite a while. Our entry point to his zone is just before... hang on, trying to find which one it is. I think it says Joani. Yeah, Joni, just before Joni. And then it's
Okay.
25 miles to JFK. And then... that's 25 miles to JFK. We're pretty much out of his control space. Just as we finish, just as we go over JFK, we'll leave his control airspace.
There won't be that much then.
No. We'll probably speak to him for a matter of 10 minutes, if that.
Even be bothered with us.
I'll contact him as you're leaving. Where were the fixes? Before Joni. Where's that? Villis. Contact him as you leave Villis. What's your ETA? I'm 12:58. 827 to run. I'm just going to update my wind.
I'm 12:49 Zulu, but let me do the same. Yeah, copy. I've still got 12:49 Zulu to arrival. 651 miles to top of descent. 744 track miles to land.
744, did you say? So you're about 80 miles in front of me then.
No, I got 772 track miles.
Oh, 772, so you're 45 miles-ish in front of me, so you're just coming over Clappy now.
Yeah, I'm 12 and a half miles.
Sun's up, but it's still going up for me because it's still early. We're doing another one after this. What do you fancy?
I don't know.
It's either this or DCS. I don't really mind.
Could do a bit of DCS if you want.
Roger. We might get some more ATC come online. You never know. We are the right side of it if they live anywhere near here. Stop. Leopard wheel weld.
Exactly.
Ooh, conditions have improved for arrival. It's now 3 degrees.
How's your ground speed down at 370?
464. Wind's pretty
Okay.
much straight across it.
Yeah, you got about 2 knots on me.
Don't think I'm going to catch up with that. I'm going to save waking everyone up, and I'm going to do a flaps 30 arrival as opposed to a flaps 40 arrival. It's a bit faster, but it's still only 149 knots, and it still gives me 2,000 feet runway with auto brake 1 remaining after I land.
Oh, mate, Heathrow don't care about me early in the hours in the morning. I'm going flaps 40 and making as much noise as possible, wake everyone up, see how they like it.
Well, you bitch. Oh, it's not overcast anymore, I've got a bright day. It actually looks much nicer in the light. The sun's still coming up a bit for me, so...
See, that's what made me laugh. When I did jury service, there was one of the girls on the jury. She worked at the airport, and I was explaining to someone about the situation, and she was like, no, the airport definitely stops at 11, reopens at 6. And I just there, I'm looking at her, and I'm like, look, what do you work at Heathrow? She's like, yeah, I do. I can't remember what she did, but something inside the terminals. And I'm like, look, no, you're just completely wrong. And I was like, I spent 2 weeks at air traffic control for work experience. My commanding officer at the air cadets was an air traffic controller. I've seen from my own hands. I said that airport does not shut down at 11 o'clock. And the first flight in is always guaranteed to be about 9:45, 10 to 4, every single time without fail. She soon kept her mouth shut.
What we going to do with DCS?
Whatever, mate. Do you have anything in particular you wanted to do?
Go back on Persian Gulf. By the way, does pixel density 1.5 actually make it look any different to pixel density 1 for you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Because that's the only thing I remember you saying you've changed. And I 100% know, because I've gone to 1, how much performance it takes. See if you can get comfortable at like 1.2, 1.3, see what that does.
Yeah.
Or, you know what, once you're stable back at work, get yourself a new graphics card. And how much RAM you on? You on 8 or 16? Oh, get yourself some new RAM, new graphics card, you'll be sorted.
Well, what I was thinking of doing first was getting the RAM, and I was going to get 2 1TB SSD.
Yeah, fair on.
Do RAM first, and because you said that, didn't we? If we try the RAM first, if that doesn't work, then we'll do the graphic upgrade.
Yeah, you'll definitely benefit from the graphics upgrade anyway, because you'll have a lot more power.
Sorry, that was spoken about. What was we just saying? Oh yeah, sorry. So I'll try the old RAM trick first, and if not, then obviously I'll go up to the old graphics cards.
Nice.
I was saying that to myself last night. I was like, typical. I was like, holding it out for ages because I called the little niggly things that you were having with it at first, and it was just like, why do I need to change something that isn't broken? And the moment I got it, and I was thinking to myself yesterday, it's just so typical. It just, it's just never typical one thing, isn't it? It's like you buy it, it's like, shit, now I need to get some new RAM, I need to get a new graphics card, I need some new SSDs. And I still haven't bought any other game for it yet.
Oh yeah.
joys of gaming, eh?
Yeah. That's funny. Vatsim have posted online about if you're bored with airline flying, why not join a VSOA? So like VRAF and stuff like that. And like everyone's literally mentioning DCS, and I've put on there even if they let DCS on Vatsim, would be restricted anyway because they can't. They stop. You're not allowed to basically. You're not allowed to simulate anything that had real loss of life. So you can't actually simulate any kind of war. You can only basically do training and war games. Yeah, you're limited.
Yeah.
And even then, your lowest priority, even if you book an airspace out, you're not guaranteed that it's going to remain yours. Vatsim is just not the place to do military flying anymore. It's too restrictive. You can't intercept anyone.
Yeah.
You're not allowed. You still got to stay your separation on other traffic. So really, what's the point? Why would you simulate QRA but not be able to actually go and intercept someone?
Yeah, exactly, and sit in a, you know, sit in formation with them, because that's what you're supposed to, well, you'd be doing that in all.
Back in a moment, gonna open the back door. It's getting warm in here. So if we do DCS after this, do you want to do that air combat stuff and see how far we can get with it? But possibly make a more informed decision whether to return to the carrier and fill up on missiles first.
Yeah, can do.
First few waves are just too easy, but then when you start getting to the MiGs, it starts getting a little difficult. Forgot to ask, are you using my files? Did you use them to load up on that?
So I broke up. Say again. Did I use what?
My files to load up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Do you like the panel, the save panel state? It's quite useful.
Oh yeah, definitely. Saves you know, having to shut the engines down and connect it yourself.
Yeah.
One thing I do like though, now finally having the version 4, is to have the SSW ringlet.
Yeah.
Don't know why. When I looked at it, I was like, you know what? They don't look too bad actually.
I mean, this version, the NGX U still contains the normal one because I've got a few.
Okay.
I've got a few TUI paints that aren't
It feels like a
SSW
big
winglets.
ring.
They're still just the normal one.
It's 5 miles from Billis.
How far?
55 nautical miles.
Yeah, I'd contact them after that probably. He might tell you too early. It's about halfway between Villis and the next fix that you're in the zone.
What I'll do, I'll just put him on the frequency, and once he tells me to call him, I'll just contact him.
We're not in his airspace for long, so we might not even see it in time to send it. Up to you. I'm going to preempt and contact him. Someone's doing a Speedbird 1 route. I don't know if it's BAV. There's one outbound from Quebec to Toronto.
starting our in-flight meal service. Please look in your seat back for our menu, and one of our crew members will stop by shortly for your order. If you'd like to order additional menu items, you may hit the flight attendant call button at any time, and we would be happy to assist.
I think when we do the air-to-air, I'm going to carry AIM-9s, just as many as I can. I only carry AIM-120s for spaces that I can't carry an AIM-9.
Yeah, he's just called me up, standby.
Sunwing 295 Alpha, New York Center, hello, squawk 7112.
Squawk 7112 for Sunwings 295 Alpha.
New York Center, Sunwings 295. We're not currently with you, but we're on frequency ready when you need us.
Sunwing 295, New York Center, Roger, hello sir, squawk 7170.
7170, Sunwings 295.
Sunwing 295 Alpha, radar contact 27 miles southwest of the Crescent South of the Robbinsville DR, audible 3900, welcome.
Am I supposed to reply to that?
I don't really know in the States, they always do that.
Sunwing 295, radar contact as well, 25 miles south of Cedar Lake VR, audible 370, welcome.
Roger, Sunwings 295. That's all I ever give them back. I don't know what they need.
I suppose we could say hello back, but oh.
Well, what it is it's exactly, you know, when they say radar, you know, when they say radar identified.
Yeah, but you're right,
That's what he's doing. But in America, for some reason, they insist on saying where you are, but relative to a VOR or something. And I'm like, that's not in my flight plan, so I'm just going to assume you can see me.
So I don't fly this side of the pond much.
No, I don't. Back in a sec.
New York is American 337 mid-4 arrival for LaGuardia.
American 337, New York Center, good morning, squawk 7164.
7161 squawk for American 337.
American 337, thanks for the contact, 2 miles west of Keating, VR, audible 350, cross mark, and maintain audible 180.
Market 180, 350 right now, American Airlines, 3337.
Oh, to the couple of traffic sitting on the ground at Kennedy, would be some nice scenery for him seeing our contrails.
What'd you say, sorry?
I said to those few traffic sitting on the ground at Kennedy, if they look up and south, they'll see two nice contrails flying over.
Yeah. I wonder if the scenery will load for us at this height. Oh, I'm seeing something actually. Mind if, is that Philly? That might be Philly I've got seeing on my left.
I had a little stutter, so I'm assuming mine's loading.
I think that would be Philly. Load. I'm just too far away for it to.
Does your Sunwings aircraft have the HUD?
No, just yours.
Yeah, even though it says it's a verified.
Oh no, no.
Config.
But I'm flying. I'm not flying that. I'm flying my own.
Oh yeah,
spec.
yeah, true.
But maybe the real ones do. I don't know. But I've turned mine off. Did you figure out the setting you need to turn off as well, so that your view doesn't constantly look down unless you move it?
Oh yeah, I done that. Mine looks, you know, naturally forward.
Yeah, like it should. Not, which is stupid.
I mean, what I tend to do is that I center my view and lock it kind of just so the end of the displays are kind of where my taskbar is. Then I've got good view of both my instrument panels and looking out as well.
Yeah, I got mine locked, so it's seeing my displays plus out the window. But for the stream, the out the window bit's probably blocked a bit by the map and the stream label. I mean, I could make that map smaller because it's only supposed to be a visual representation, but I don't know how much smaller to make it. You watching my stream?
Stand by.
Now, is that too small, or can you still see? Does it still show
Sorry,
you
I'm not
sort of
looking
where?
at it yet.
No, I know
Still loading
you're
up.
not yet, but when you get on it.